We are now going to be looking at task 5, which is master slides and layouts. So you may have noticed when you select a different theme in Google Slides, it rearranges the text on your slides and adds shapes to the background. This is because each theme has built-in slide layouts and background graphics. You can edit these layouts with a feature called the Master Template Editor. Once you learn how to use the editor, you'll be able to customize your entire slideshow with just a few clicks. The Master Template Editor in Google Slides allows you to quickly modify the slides and layouts of your entire presentation. From there, you can edit the master slide, which will affect every slide in the presentation. You can also modify individual slide layouts, which will change any slides using those layouts. Let's go up to Slide and down to Edit Master. Some common uses for the Master Template Editor. One would be to modify the background. The Master Template Editor makes it easy to customize the background for all of your slides at the same time. For example, you could add a watermark or a logo to each slide in your presentation, or you could modify the background graphics of an existing theme. So if I went to background and chose something like dark blue, done, it changes on my slide here, which so happens to be this slide, which is what my current slides are using. So we see that they've become blue. If I wanted to make it apply to all, I wouldn't want to have it selected this layout template. I would select the master. Here, I could change the background, let's say to a dark purple. Now we see all of this has changed except for this slide. So because this is a slide that my current active slides are using, they haven't changed. I'm going to go and change this to match. There we go. So in the master, it's going to be really hard to read, so I'm going to select and I'm going to change the text to yellow and the subtext to white. So now we see, because I've changed the master, all of these layout slides have been selected, and so it's applying to them as well. You can also then see that my actual slides in my presentation are changing in the meantime. Customize text formatting. Instead of changing the text color on each slide individually, you could use the Master Template Editor to change the text color on all slides at once. And you've seen that when I made it yellow and white. It's hard to see, but we're going to see that we have yellow and white text there. You could also rearrange placeholders. If you find that you often rearrange the placeholders on each slide, you could save time by rearranging them here in the Master Template Editor instead. When you adjust one of the layouts in the Master Template Editor, all of the slides with that layout will change. So if I go to just this slide, I can move that over and make it in the center. And I'm going to make this text be centered too. So we're going to see if we make use of this, it's going to appear like this instead. We're going to also insert an image to be like a logo. So search the web. Oh, how about this one? We're going to make use of this Internet Explorer E. That's a good one to use. Oh, wow. It's loading on every single slide. This is the power of the Master Slide Editor. I don't want it to take up the whole screen. If I'm clicking and dragging, it may distort the image. That is why I tend to avoid using just the top, bottom, left, and right. We are squishing this image. It's not keeping its proportions. So instead, I'm going to grab in the corner and I'm going to hold Shift. That will respect the ratio of height and width. I'm going to stick it up here in the corner, and that will actually apply to every single slide. We've done quite a bit of work. I'm going to close out of the Master Template Editor, And now we see our new adjusted slide layout. I am unable to grab this graphic because it's not actually part of this slide. It's from this template. So I can't do anything with that E picture. If I go on to this, oh look, it's set up how I had it specified before. Centered text, and this is also in the center. That I did not adjust before. And if we go to apply a layout, you're going to see that the title and body, in fact, is set up to look like this instead of the normal where it is left aligned and takes up the whole slide. So there is a lot of power if you are working with the master slide editor. If you're having to do different changes, it can really speed up the process and apply to your entire presentation. And so if you go into theme, you can import theme, and then you could actually search for the presentation that you made and pull that in to be a theme in other presentations. We have now covered the master slides and layout, and so you are good for task 5.